Mariah Carey, A Life of Triumph Shadowed by Tragedy. How one of the world's greatest musical icons overcame childhood trauma, family conflict, emotional control, and mental illness to achieve extraordinary success. By ADNAN, M.A.
Mariah Carey is often perceived as one of the most successful entertainers in history. A 5-octave vocalist, 19 U.S. #1 singles, multiple Grammy Awards, and one of the best-selling recording artists of all time. Yet behind that extraordinary success lies a life marked by trauma, instability, racism, family conflict, controlling relationships, and mental health struggles. Her life illustrates how immense professional achievement can coexist with profound personal suffering. She was born on the 27th of March 1969 in Huntington, New York, to Patricia Carey, an Irish-American opera singer and vocal coach, and Alfred Roy Carey, an aeronautical engineer of African-American and Afro-Venezuelan ancestry. At a time when interracial marriages still attracted hostility in many parts of the United States, the family endured persistent racial discrimination. According to Carey, neighbors poisoned the family dog, set fire to the family's car, and subjected them to repeated harassment. Her parents divorced when she was only 3 years old, leaving her childhood fractured almost from the beginning. Her home life remained deeply dysfunctional. Money was scarce, and the family moved frequently. Carey has described feeling neglected and isolated throughout her childhood. Relations with her older siblings, Morgan and Allison, deteriorated over the years, and in her memoir, she recounts episodes of emotional and physical abuse. Rather than finding refuge within her family, she increasingly escaped into music. Singing became both her sanctuary and her ambition. Her extraordinary talent eventually attracted the attention of Sony Music executive Tommy Mottola, who signed her to a recording contract and later became her husband. Professionally, the partnership proved transformative. Carey became an international superstar almost overnight, dominating the charts throughout the 1990s. Personally, however, the marriage was far less idyllic. She has described it as emotionally controlling and suffocating, likening her life during those years to living in a prison, where almost every aspect of her career and personal life was tightly managed. Even Mottola later acknowledged that aspects of their relationship had been inappropriate. Following their divorce in 1998, Carey experienced both newfound artistic freedom and enormous psychological pressure. She embraced musical styles that reflected her own identity more closely, particularly R&B and hip-hop. But the relentless demands of fame, combined with unresolved childhood trauma, took a heavy emotional toll. In 2001, she suffered a widely publicized physical and emotional breakdown, resulting in hospitalization and the cancellation of professional commitments. Much of the media treated the episode as celebrity spectacle rather than recognizing it as a genuine mental health crisis. During that difficult period, she was diagnosed with bipolar II disorder. For many years, she kept the diagnosis private, fearing the stigma associated with mental illness. It was only in 2018 that she publicly revealed her condition, explaining that she had spent years living in denial before finally seeking therapy and appropriate medication. By speaking openly about her illness, Carey helped challenge public misconceptions about bipolar disorder and demonstrated that it can be managed successfully with proper treatment and support. Her personal relationships continued to present challenges. Although her marriage to actor and television personality Nick Cannon produced twins, Monroe and Moroccan, the relationship ultimately ended in divorce. A later engagement to Australian businessman James Packer also came to an end before marriage. Despite these disappointments, Carey has consistently described motherhood as the most rewarding role of her life. Another painful chapter involved her immediate family. Carey maintained strained or non-existent relationships with both of her siblings for many years. Then, in August 2024, tragedy struck when both her mother Patricia and her sister Allison died on the very same day. Carey described the experience as devastating, reflecting the complicated mixture of love, grief, and unresolved conflict that had characterized much of her family life. What makes Mariah Carey's story particularly compelling is that much of her suffering remained hidden beneath extraordinary commercial success. While the public saw glamour, wealth, sold-out concerts, and record-breaking achievements, she was simultaneously grappling with childhood trauma, fractured family relationships, racial identity, emotional abuse, and mental illness. Her story is therefore far more than that of a successful pop star. It is a remarkable account of resilience and survival. Despite profound adversity, she transformed her exceptional musical gifts into one of the most influential careers in popular music history. Her memoir, The Meaning of Mariah Carey, reveals a woman who endured circumstances that might have defeated many others, yet continued to create music that has touched millions across the world. Mariah Carey's life serves as a powerful reminder that fame, fortune, and public admiration do not confer immunity from suffering. Behind the dazzling stage performances and chart-topping hits is a woman whose greatest achievement may not be her extraordinary voice, but her determination to survive, rebuild, and continue moving forward despite a lifetime of personal hardship.